Okay, we're back for more Blockbench with me. That's fun. Let's try. Today we're doing. Let's figure out what the thing is. Edit reference image. Paste from clipboard. Are you ready? You already know because of the title. It is. This one, there's like a. I'm gonna give myself a 3% chance I finish this. I am not making that. There's no way. I don't know who I think I am pulling this up. How would I even do that? That like makes no sense. How would a man how okay, I'm just got overwhelmed looking at that. All right, let's break it down though. So you got its body is like a giant oval, but we're going to want to put it into two, I'm guessing, right? One back half and one front half, and the front half has a bit of a hump here. So let's just do it, I guess. I don't know how big this thing is. I don't have a clue how big it is. By the way, someone suggested that I live stream these, and I think I will do that at some point because that's a really good idea to live stream this. This is gonna be the front of it, but I don't think that's the correct size. I think that's too big or too small. I don't know. I need to know scale. I need to see you with a person next to it. Wow, it needs to be so much bigger. Can I just like put this guy next to it? How do I know how big to make this thing resize? It needs to be huge. How big is an elk compared to a person? Pretty big, right? They're like big animals. This seems probably right. Okay, what size did I make? 15 by 14 by 18. 15 by 14 by 18. 15 by 14 by 18. Holy moly, that is large. 15 by 14 by 18. That is a large block. All right, get rid of that. That is the front where we got that little hump. We'll bring that this way. Then we're going to duplicate it, bring this next one back, and we are going to resize the bottom just like that. And that gets us, I should tilt it like this way because that's more correct to what I'm doing. Okay, but how high? And then let's make some groups. So we're going to call this front one, rename torso. Just put them both in. And we'll bring the torso up and back. Yeah, that's good. How tall do the legs go, though? Wait, was my scaling right here? I don't know. I have no idea. And look at that leg. That leg goes back and down. But I don't think I'll do that. I'm going to rename this one leg. And we're going to add a block. Pull it over here. By the way, if you're a viewer of my channel, like my normal stuff, and you're wondering why I haven't posted or why there's gaps in my upload schedule, you're looking at the reason right now. Blockbench, baby. I like to have fun with every video I do, you know? I like to really man, there's nothing more alarming than it being the middle of the night and your like security cameras go off. Hey, don't like that. Okay, does that even? I don't know. Does it really matter? Probably. Pivot point position negative 8.75 6 1 2. That's what we want. We just want 2 blocks out. Oh, but the middle is not. Is this thing not centered? I'm gonna just hope that that's good enough. I haven't even thought about the antlers yet. Oh, this needs to be like its own. Whoops. Okay, this is what we'll do. We'll delete that, and we're gonna call this one rename back right leg, and then we'll duplicate this, and we'll rename this back left leg. All right. And then how do I make sure that it's proportionate? I think that's close enough, right? Okay. Then we're going to take both of them, and then we're going to duplicate both and bring both of these up to. Suddenly my thing's looking a little bit too long. I think it should go here-ish. And then we gotta name these correctly. Okay, so this one is front right leg. Front right leg. And this one is front left. Okay, then we got all of our legs here. Okay, good. But we need to shave the torso down a bit because it is a bit too long for sure. That's better. Okay, how are we doing for size now? It's kind of hard to tell, but that looks right. Maybe I need to see elk to human scale. Elk are pretty big. Elk are large creatures. Okay. Yeah, I'm on track. They're like, yeah, we're close enough. We're close enough. Okay. So now we want to do neck. So we're going to add a new group. We're going to call this one neck. And then we're going to add a new cube to it. We're going to bring it out like this. And we will make it come up and come back and down like this. Now, what's the rule for angles? Are you allowed to use angles? Yes or no? What do you mean, are you allowed? Who's making the rules? First of all, this is not centered, and it's really driving me insane right now. And I don't know how to center it. But we got to get this torso centered. Like, these cubes need to be 6. I'm not going to say the next number. We need to go negative 6 point... Oh, negative 6.5. Okay, that centers it, and then the legs are centered or not centered. I don't know if I should have the legs clipping inside of it. And I also don't know if I have them aligned correctly. I don't think I do. I think that's going to be a problem I face later. Okay, what am I doing with this neck here? The neck is definitely long and fat, which I do have. Do I rotate it? By like what? Well, do I need to rotate it? Because this is just... Do I even have a neck doing that? That's also like a really thick neck, 15 degrees. I want to know, do the models I like use necks? Do they? Let's find out. We're going to open... Yeah, they do. They use angled necks. And they're slightly smaller than the other ones. So, and the head gets to be made just slightly larger. Okay. Okay, so yeah, we are definitely going to use this neck here. It's very thick. Very thick neck. Maybe too thick, to be honest. Okay, and connected to the neck, we add another one and then another one. And this one's going to be called, well, this one's going to be called head. Okay, and now we need to make the head. So it is going to be this just slightly larger than the neck, even though I don't think it should be. It should be slightly smaller than the neck, but not by much. Just enough that it doesn't start clipping. Okay, like that. This is not looking that much like an elk, to be honest. I think it needs to be narrower. Yeah, like that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, good. And then we'll do another one, which will be bottom jaw. Bottom jaw. We'll add an element to that. Ooh, okay. So then we're gonna bring that out like this because we want this mouth to be able to open. There's one part of this whole thing that I'm nervous about, and I'm sure you're aware of what it is. Wait, why is that? Okay, what size is that? That is 10 wide or 8 wide, and this is 7.5. So let's make this one 7.5 too. I gotta be honest with everyone too. I gotta come to an honesty thing right now. I have recorded the last 3 videos back to back. Only one of them is, why can't I move this over? Negative 2.75, negative 3. Only one of them is public on YouTube right now. So I'm reading comments on the first video and I'm taking feedback on it. But the other one that I did is not public yet. Does this need to be longer? This is like a snouted animal, right? So should this be like a little bit longer, like that? Yeah, and the neck, I'm sure the neck should be narrower. I feel like the whole thing should be kind of narrower. Like these are not. Why am I about to comment on the thickness of a elk? I don't know how thick they are. Is there like an align button? Vertex snap. Toolbar. Customize toolbar. Do we have an align button? Stretch, selection, color picker, pivot tool. I gotta look this up. Is there an align tool? Align tool, Blockbench. Vertex snapping. Vertex snap. Okay, how do I vertex snap? I just clicked both of these and then, okay, I'm gonna try to I don't know what I'm doing, by the way. I'm just clicking to, oh, okay. Okay, excuse me, I have to watch a YouTube tutorial quick here. Okay, I watched a bunch of tutorials. I don't have a clue what I'm doing. I'm just not gonna use this tool because I don't know how to use it. I just want these blocks to be aligned, and these two are good. That one is okay. It's not, maybe I did it. I can't tell. What I was trying to do is make the animal a little bit skinnier. Yeah, that's better, I think. All right. Yep. Okay, that works. That works fine. All right. Now we need to do the ears. How do I do ears? How do you put ears on an animal like this? Well, there's something bigger than ears I got to do, and it freaks me out. It's the antlers. How do you do? How am I gonna do antlers? How? I'm gonna. Okay. Okay. Let's stop and think here. Do I have a model I can look at that has antlers? I don't know. Let me look. Okay, I kind of know how to do antlers as well as some other stuff that I want to do. Okay, so well, the elk has this like beard. You see this beard hanging down here? We want that. How are we gonna get that? We need to do some crazy stuff here. So we're gonna duplicate this first of all. We're gonna rename this one hair, and we're gonna take this the resizer, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull it down just a bit like this, like that. Then we're gonna pull the top down like that, and then we're gonna do the same for the chin. We're gonna duplicate this. I'm gonna rename this one hair. And the way I know how to do this is I just looked at another model. So this is not my expertise here. Okay. Ignore these. Do you see these right now? You see how that makes it look weird? That is not the same. We don't need to worry about that. Okay, so then we're gonna duplicate this one. We're gonna rename this one as well. Hair. So we got a couple of hairs now because we're gonna do something spicy with that. I'll pull it over and down. Actually, we'll pull it like this. Yeah. Okay. Now for the part that I'm just kind of putting off, which is the antlers. I kind of have an idea of how to do them, but I don't know if it's going to work or not. We're going to try this mirror modeling thing. I don't know how it works. I just turned it on, and I'm going to put a new cube here into the head. I will move it like this. Does that create a second cube? It does, but it's not aligned, so we're just turning it off because I do not understand how that works, just like last time. What cube are you? You're down here. You're under neck 2. Why do we have neck 2? What is neck 2? Was that what was just created? We'll delete that because I don't need that. Okay. We want this. It's coming out of the head, which is right here. This head's actually a little bit high. We're going to bring it down like that. Yeah, so we want that like there. That's like a good spot for it. And what we're going to do with it is we're going to draw it like this. And then way back and up like this. Yeah. And then I'm going to duplicate it and resize so that we can go down a little bit like that. And these two things, we're going to create a new group. We're going to call those rename right antler. Then I'm going to duplicate this and bring that over where it will become the not as aligned nicely other antler that has a small issue that we're going to have to take care of, which is that. All right. Rename L antler. All right. That should be the rough. I'm just trying to see if I'm missing anything. Very rough, but that's the old boy right there. Now comes the fun part, which is painting it. So let's take everything, add group, we'll rename this elk. And now here's what I learned from the last one. Create texture. We are going with 16. We're going with 16. I like the look of 16 over 32. There's a lot of overlapping and Z fighting for some reason now. Why is there so much doubling up? What just happened? Why do I have... Hold on. Something's wrong here. If I create this texture now, it just doubled itself. Oh. Hold on. Okay, now if I create the texture, it's still doubling itself for some reason. I have elk 4 down here. Delete elk. I feel like this is going to cause problems. Okay. This tripped me up last time how it says 128. It's not quite right. Okay, well, it doesn't matter. We are going to turn off the antlers for now. And we're just going to worry about this. We're even going to get rid of the hair. Oh, hold on. I just want to get rid of the hair. This hair. And what other hair are we missing? This hair right here. And that gives us just the elk. Okay, and let's bring it into painting. My most difficult part. You know what I wanted to look up? I wanted to look up a color palette. I wanted to look up like a color palette because I heard that's good. That's close. I mean, what we got here is okay. And then what do? You just start painting? You just start like drawing stuff on here? This is the part that always messes me up. So if I take this opacity, and I just start, trying to draw fur, what does that look like? Bad, right? What does fur look like? Is it like squiggly? How would you do fur? Am I mirror painting? If I paint here, does it paint on the other side? Yeah, it does. Okay. So what is fur? Is it like this? Like, how do you know? First of all, this base color needs to be darker. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe once I paint it enough, it'll be okay. But we want a nice transition into that color there. So, like, if I just do enough of this, is it going to make it nice? Or do I need to start going in with some other colors here? Some more darker stuff like this. It's not really making much of a difference. Some more browny. Because this to me doesn't quite look like fur. I don't even know how you do fur like this, maybe. That looks like too much of a gradient. Or does it? I don't know. We know you get, like, brighter colors around here. And then it darkens quite a bit over here by the legs. Even darker than what I got. And then it kind of is dark in the belly. And then onto this leg up here. And the legs are really dark. I feel like my way of doing this is not correct. And if I actually staggered these videos out and waited to do more, I'd probably find a better way of painting this stuff. But you know what time it is? Because this is not working. I think it's time to bring in another reference image. This is the perfect reference image. I'm going to be completely honest with you. You cannot beat this reference image. Tools, view, and a reference image. You can't beat this one. This is perfect. Look at that. Look how the fur's done here. You see that? That's what I should be doing. You get two highlights. It's the same idea. The darkness is in here. I gotta start over because this is not good. Let's start with. How do you figure out palettes? How do you know what colors are the good colors? Because I don't know. Like, wondering if maybe these legs are the good color. No, it's like brown. It's like it is this that I'm pulling up, but it's just not like, I don't know. Is it because my opacity is not good? Like, that's okay maybe. And then I'll just sample. No, I like the color I have for the. Okay, well, so how has he done the fur here? Because I don't have a clue. I don't know how you paint this. How do you do that? We know that this is going to come like this, so let's just paint that like that now, because that's for sure going to be like that. There's like beard stuff here. I like that. I think if I give it a bit more in here, it kind of starts to look a bit better. It gets that like hairy kind of scraggliness, which is what I'm after. Almost like a beard. I'm going to take the neck off for a second here so I can get the inside. Never neglect the inside, as I neglect the inside here. Ooh, we do not want the antlers on right now. And we don't want the hair either. All right. So that gives us a good transition, but still, how do you make this better? Is it like, so what did he do here? He kind of fades the bottom into dark with like lines. So it's still got this like shadow coming here. I don't know if I'm doing this right, but just lines. Ooh, the bottom is very bad. That's okay, because this is going to turn to fur anyways, but the mouth is actually pretty dark. Okay, so this does the bottom okay, actually. Better than I thought. But now we need the top. And the top kind of, what color do I have here? It's this color. So we go up a little bit, and then do I paint on like highlights up here? Like that? Do some manual spots in here. And then the nose. What do you do about the nose? The nose is like black, right? Which I kind of don't really know what I'm doing here for that. How many times am I going to say I don't know what I'm doing here? How do I say it 5 times more? That's the nose. You can't really see it from the side. You should be able to see it from the side. It's a big nose. All right. The eyes. What do the eyes look like? They're like little black specks like this. And they have a highlight rolling off around them. Like that. And that's probably where my antlers coming out. Oh yeah, okay. So then antlers. Here's a tricky one. How are we gonna erase it? I want to erase the entire thing. So, but I don't want to lose other stuff that I've done. So we'll take that off. Take that off. And we'll take the torso off. And we'll take the neck off. We want both of these. Okay. So now we're going to erase them. We're going to go large. Basically erase the entire thing. Wish there was a way just to max race, but I don't know how to do stuff, so. Ooh, that is I don't know how I'm going to get into there. I gotta take the top of that off. There we go. Okay, all of our antlers are now. Oh, we don't want bottom jaw. Okay, left antler and right antler. Okay, let's start with the left antler, right? Where's the head? Okay, so let's start with the right antler, I guess. All right, good. All right. Didn't mean to do all that. That's fine. Whatever. Okay. Here's the bottom jaw. Okay, so what are we doing here? We're going to paint on antlers, and elk have dark antlers, not like moose or they're white. It's a very dark gray bone type material. So I'm going to paint them on inside of this box, which is not something I've done before. I haven't really done much before. I don't know why I'm acting like this is... Should it be black? Oh, I don't mean to keep doing that. This is tough because... Okay, hold on. We're going to turn off mirror painting, and I'm actually going to go to a brighter color, and I'm going to paint the bottom of the antler here because we know we're going to be using the bottom, right? And then from the bottom, it's going to kind of come up like this. Well, they all flow in one direction. I got to make sure that's flowing correctly. I also don't like the bottom I just painted. It should be not quite straight. Fairly straight. I don't know. This extra little cube is kind of making me angry. Okay, so all the extra stuff I'm painting is not helping. Turn off the left hand, to the right. What we want to happen here is we want a big spot to come out like that. The next one to come out kind of in the same, too close. Kind of come out in the same angle. Come back down. And the next one to come out, too close. Come out. And then we want this one to come out, and the last one to go out this way. That's the antler. Does it work? It's up to you to decide. I will paint it now with highlights and shadows like anything else, which I think I'm starting to kind of get the idea behind. I don't really know. Maybe. Do we need like a line here? Yeah. Just going to kind of do what I do before, or just start clicking until something looks good. The bottom of this needs some shadow. Okay. That's better. All right. It's not quite what I was envisioning, especially now I need to add this bottom part right here, which lets me do a downward antler. That needs to be blended better. All right, that's a mega eraser right there. Yeah, I don't like how flat that is. It doesn't look like that's a perfectly flat line, but it doesn't look good without it, so it's going to be a perfectly flat line. It would have been nice if I had developed this more, if I had changed that basically. All right, turn everything back on now. Okay, speaking of these like special things, we can do the hair now. Do the hair on the bottom jaw. Turn that off so we don't accidentally erase anything important. I'm going to hide the neck too. Getting the neck hair. Giving this guy a little shave. Some spots are going to be harder to get than others. Like here. We're going to hide the other hair just for a second so I can get that spot right there. Bring back that hair. We'll hide this hair so I can get that spot right there. And then bring it all back. Oh, look at that. Whose is that? Okay, there it is. Let's do the hair now. Okay, so the hair is super easy. This is like, I've been looking forward to this one. This one's a walk in the park. Take that, opacity max, and we just do like just a couple little drag down guys. Oops, yeah, that's fine. We have to. Ooh, and that's not good like that. We don't want it flat. It's actually hard to get this to look natural. All right, I'll erase the bottom half here. Okay, and then all I gotta do is just adjust the color a little bit so we get variation in the stuff that's coming down a little bit more. Basically blending it. I think to blend stuff, all you're really doing is just adding a couple colors into each section, and that like it makes this guy look really wise. All right, this is not This is not terrible. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of this being just basically that antler. Kind of would prefer if they were darker. Is there a way I can like select and change things? I'm gonna try this. Image adjust hue slash saturation. If I bring down, oh look, I can change it. What's the hue? Yeah, look at that. That totally did it. I just need to select this as well. Image adjustment hue slash saturation. So we bring down the saturation, and you keep the hue the same. You bring down the brightness, and that gets you that gray. Oh yeah, now we're cooking. I do not like how the antler is going through the head right there. Just a quick little fix for that. I don't know what the fix for that is. Doing this. I guess it needs to be connected, right? Oh boy. This is getting a little bit messed up. Yeah, that's a bit better. Okay. Should I change the eye? Should we go with like a... I don't know why the... Oh, because I have this selected. Oops. Like, is that... That's not better, right? And that makes it look... Oh, that looks good, actually. Wow, I didn't even mean to do that. Look at the eye I just got. I actually like that a lot, and I did not even mean to do that. Yeah, that's actually sweet. And I do want a lip here. I want to define the lip a little bit. Just a little bit of definition here. I want a flat line. Make it curve up a little bit here. On this side, basically the same thing. All right. I got to turn on mirror painting again because one side's starting to look a lot better than the other side. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. Now, how do we do the fur? We're going to hide the antler, and we're going to start thinking about this fur now. So we have this color. And do I just do what I already did over there, which is just like paint highlights in like this? With mirror painting on, please. Undo that. So just paint where it's brightest. That hump. And that kind of goes like that to here, to the back, where it gets really bright here at the where the tail is that I didn't make, over this leg. And we want it to go even brighter up here. So we'll do that, and even brighter on the top. Should we go one more layer of brightness, or is that good? I think that's good. Okay, and then it gets a little bit, we start going a little bit darker around the legs, around the belly. Starts going down to that brownish color down here. Just a little bit. Just like that. And then the legs start to get pretty dark, so we'll like start bringing that darkness all the way down to the hoofs, which I can't see because the painting doesn't have them, or the picture doesn't have them. So I have no idea what the hoofs look like. We know these are dark legs, so we'll just keep doing the same pattern, I guess, which is just getting progressively darker as we go down. I'll clean up this belly a little bit. I'll worry about the fur in a second. These legs get dark here. Top of the legs too. And around the leg. Like this. I'm not seeing the other legs get painted. Or the bottom getting painted. The bottom's getting painted a little bit now. Okay, I gotta hide this hair. This hair is officially getting in the way. We want the bottom of this to be really dark. We're gonna have to come in with an even darker color here in a second, but this is an okay first layer. I don't know what's on its rear end. We're just gonna make it dark like this. And then, okay, we're gonna go even darker now for the bottom of the legs. As you can see, I almost want it to be like the same darkness as the beard or the face. So we're gonna try to work towards that, which I think is easy enough to do. If I could keep clicking it correctly. A couple of these stragglers going up there. Crazy that none of the legs got painted over there. I'll fix that after. And on the bottoms, we need a lot more of this darker stuff. Almost want no light on the bottom. We want to go even darker. Like, we're starting to get a little bit chocolatey, but I want like the dark beard color. Yeah, there we go. Like that. And we want, yeah, the bottom to definitely have that. Yeah, this is looking pretty good now. Yep. I'm happy with that. Really wish mirror painting was working so I wouldn't have to do this all again. But kind of is what it is. Now, I do think I should try to get a little bit of a highlight on the... Maybe not. I don't know. No, those legs are good. I wish I could copy them over to the other side. I'm sure you can. I just don't know how to. Okay, so now we want to do the hair. The hair. I've been ignoring it. Okay, let's take care of that so we can erase this without erasing our hard work here. Let's get rid of the leg. Actually, I can just be careful. Did I erase it? I erased part of the leg. I can be careful. The legs. Oh, see that? That's something I want to fix right now while I'm here. Which is the little gaps where the legs are. Okay, yeah, that looks good. Okay, ooh. No hair yet. No hair yet. All right. Same thing I did last time, pouring this up, and then just, oh, that's too strong. We're going to pick a similar color to something here and just start mirror paint. Oh, mirror painting is working now. Actually, let's do it this way because it's getting a bit weird doing it that way. Pick the color, which is this color. Opacity is at 100. And just start letting it come down just like that. Not like that. That does not look good. It's just a couple little scraggly doos, you know? Okay, and then we will kind of add some different. That's not a good color at all. We'll turn the opacity down. Just kind of. Ooh, it's not looking good at all. Yeah. Just got to kind of mix the colors up a little bit here until it looks a bit more blended. Yeah, it's okay. When you zoom out, it looks better. Okay. Now if I add the antler back in, that's pretty good. The legs need to be fixed. I need to find a way to copy that antler over and adjust it so it's not clipping so much. But God, it'd be nice if I could just copy the legs over and the antler over. Oh, there's got to be a way you could do it. Oh, wait. I also need to do hoofs. See this? That's the extra detail. That's the detail that matters. That's the detail you want to make sure you get in there. Okay, and then what we want to do, just like everything else, we're gonna darken the bottom of it. Kind of hit it with some different colors there. God, I gotta figure out a way to copy stuff over. I can just paint it. I just feel like I'm not gonna do a good job painting it again. Okay, I'm just gonna quickly paint the legs, the other legs. All right, the extra legs are done. It leaves me with just the additional antler, which I'm just gonna try to take this and see what happens if I just duplicate it. I wonder what happens. Oh, it just worked. I just hit duplicate. I don't even know what just happened there, but it worked. Oh boy. All right. Oh wait, we're missing one thing. Hold on. The dangling hair. All right. This is yeah. Let me close my references. All right. I don't know what to say. This is probably the best thing I've done in Blockbench yet, I think. I'm coming in at an hour and 4 minutes to make this. Hour and 4 minutes to make this whole thing. And, you know, like there's stuff that's not right. Like obviously this antler right here. One of them is not aligned correctly. Like that's just, you know, I don't know why we got an entire extra thing here. That's definitely not right. Wait, can I hold on? Let's relax with my comments for a second here. Let's rotate it. Let's bring it because that might look better up. For some reason, there's two of them in there. I don't know why. We're just gonna start hiding things because I don't know what I'm doing. Like that's something that shouldn't be there. This one is like that. That didn't come with. It's kind of falling apart here on me. It looks better when it's up. For sure, it looks better when it's up. Yeah, you know, I'm pretty happy with this one. This is a lot better than that fish we had a few days ago, which was technically just several hours ago for me. Yeah, this is pretty cool. I'm happy with this. There's still stuff I want to learn. Like I'm not happy exactly with there's Blockbench stuff I'm not entirely sure how to do. Like I want to be able to I missed this whole spot right here. That's fine or whatever. There's still more to do. I don't think it's rigged correctly right now. The head. Where's the bottom jaw? Bottom jaw. So does this rotate if I bring it down? Oh, Sean, good job making me. I'm an elk. I like to eat stuff. What I want to do with this elk, though, is I like this guy. I want to turn it into something spooky next. So that might be the next mission here. But I definitely damaged it with the duplication, so I don't know. I got to figure that out. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this, to be honest. Anyways, let me know what you think. I'll see you next time.